during the long meeting that we had, you all saw a quick glimpse. There was a short video that explained what the game is about. So today we'll look at the game in detail and we'll go over the rules of the game as well. So there is a game manual that has been shared with all your mentors, and please request them to share that with all of you so that you can go through it. It has all the details about how the game is to be played, how the robots are to be designed, what is the scoring criteria, what kind of penalties you might face, and all those things that are related to the game to play the game. So today what we'll do is we'll take a look at the game and we'll go over most of the things that is there in the document, but you should still, all of you should still go and read that game manual document till the very end because it contains a lot of useful information that may not be covered today. So that is one homework that all of you need to do. And in case you have any questions unanswered even after reading that game manual, then you will need to reach out to us and then we will answer those questions. Okay, so I'll start by sharing my screen and we can take a look at a 3D model of the game. Okay, so is my screen visible? Can someone confirm?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. So what you see in front of you is the game field. This game field has two parts to it. One is the part where where the robots will actually play the game. That part, the size of that part is 8 feet by 4 feet. So that part is this rectangle that you see on the inside. And then outside, so we call that as a play field where the game will be played. And then outside this, if you see, there is this green grass boundary, all around it. So that part, including that part, the size of this game field is 9 feet by 5 feet. Because this is a 6-inch boundary that goes all around the field. But the robots will not enter this boundary at all. The robots will remain within the play field, which is 8 feet by 4 feet, which is basically this center mat that you see. Now let's go over some of the elements that are there, some of the field elements of this play field. So the first is the start zone. So all of you can see this start over here. So let's take an example of, say, the Red Alliance, and then the same thing is available even for the Blue Alliance, but let's take Red Alliance as an example. So for those of you who are not familiar with the Alliance format, let me talk a bit about the Alliance format. So every match will be played by 4 teams. So 4 robots will be present on the field in every match. These teams are divided into 2 alliances. One alliance is called a Red Alliance, the other alliance is called a Blue Alliance. Now, this assignment of the teams to these alliances will be done in a totally random fashion. So it may happen that the partner of one team in a particular match may be in the opponent alliance in the next match. So that is definitely a possibility. So that is the concept of alliances. Red Alliance, Blue Alliance, both of these alliances have 2 teams each. The robots will be placed at the start zone. So if you see here, there is the start zone over here. This is where one of the robot will start. And I'll show you where the second robot will start. One second. Yeah. So if you see here on the left-hand side, there is another start zone. So this is where the second robot will be placed. So there will be 2 Red Alliance robots. One will be placed over here on the start zone. The second would be placed over here in the start zone. Similarly, there will be 2 Blue robots, Blue Alliance robots. One will be placed over here in the start zone. And then there will be the 4th robot in the Blue Alliance that will be placed in the start zone over here. So this is the placement of the robots when the match starts. Now, when the match starts, the match duration is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's the duration of the entire match. Now, this duration is divided into 3 time periods. This entire 2 minute 30 seconds. The first 30 seconds of the match is called autonomous period. So what do we mean by autonomous? Autonomous means the robot needs to function on its own through its own programming, and the drivers of the robots will not be even touching their controllers. So that is basically the meaning of autonomous. So when the autonomous period starts, the drivers need to keep their controllers on the ground and not touch them until the 30 seconds of autonomous period have ended. Only after those 30 seconds have ended can the drivers pick up those controllers and continue controlling the robot. So this 30 seconds autonomous is where you need to show your programming skills. So all the programming that you need to do, most of it will happen in this 30-second autonomous period. Now let's look at what kind of programming do you need to do for the first robot, which starts over here. So you see there is the start zone near the
Sir, you are muted.
Sir, you are muted.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So since till when did you hear my voice? Was I muted for a long time?
We heard everything. Just go ahead.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so the robot that will start from this start zone, this will have to follow these lines. So you see these black lines here on the mat. These black lines are used for the line following capabilities of your robot. So following these lines, you have to do the tasks in autonomous. Now, what are the tasks that you need to do in autonomous? In autonomous, what you need to do is you need to go to this central area. So this central area is called the central lake. You know, where all these yellow cubes are kept. You see these yellow cubes? They're all in this central area called the central lake. And these cubes are called water cubes. So the objective of this game is to extinguish the fires that are there in the playfield. Now let's talk about the other elements that are there in the playfield. So if you look at the red alliance, there is this school on the left-hand side in the corner. So you can see the school is on fire. So the objective of this game is to put out or to extinguish this fire. Similarly, there is this castle at the top, over here on the top left-hand corner, that is also on fire. So the objective of the game is to extinguish the fire even in this castle. And how do you extinguish the fire? In order to extinguish the fire, you need to pick up these cubes. These are called water cubes. These water cubes are present in the lake. You need to pick up these water cubes and go and drop them into the school and go and drop them into the castle. That is how you extinguish the fires. That's the objective of the game. Now in autonomous, what you do is you pick up, say your robot starts from here, it follows this line, turns left, turns right, and then comes over here. So there is this cube kept over here at a very particular position. So this cube, and then there is this cube, and then on the opposite side, there is this cube and there is this cube. So there are these 4 cubes that have a very specific position at which they have been kept. Now the reason why they have been kept at this specific position is so that the autonomous robot can pick it up from here. So the robot will pick it up from here, then come back following this line, then turn this way, reach the school, and then place the water cube inside the school. So that is what the robot would do in autonomous. Now you have 30 seconds of time. There are 2 cubes that this robot can transfer to the school. One is this cube, the other is this cube. So in autonomous, there are three things you can do. One is you can take this cube, put it in the school, then come back, take this cube, put that in the school. And then once you put both of them, you can go and park your robot in this parking area. So this parking area is this circular area that you see with a big letter P in it. This is the parking. So at the end of autonomous period, when 30 seconds are over, we will pause the game for a few seconds and we'll take a look at how many water cubes have been deposited by the red alliance and how many water cubes have been deposited by the blue alliance. And we will also see whether the robots have come into the parking zone or not, and how many robots have parked themselves successfully. So these are the things that the robot would do in the autonomous period. Now this robot that you see that started from this start zone has these black lines to guide for using the line following strategy. Now if you look at the robot that would start over here on the left hand side in the start zone, if you see here, there are no lines coming out of this. So the reason why no lines are coming out of this is because we want this particular robot to use its onboard sensors in order to navigate the robot and go to the lake over here, pick up a cube, and then go and either deposit it in the school or deposit it in the castle. That is what we want the robot to do. So there are these two.
So sir, what is happening, your mouse is getting hidden when you're clicking because it's getting a shade.
Oh,
Sometimes we see the mouse, sometimes we don't see it.
okay. Is there a way to enable a mouse in?
If you can make it show up PNG instead of your CAD file.
Okay.
Just go to the PDF, that would be better.
Yeah, let me do that. Okay.
Yeah, this would be okay. Now we can see it. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So is my mouse visible here?
Yes, sir.
Students, can you see the mouse now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Is there a way to have a larger mouse pointer or something in Google
Yeah,
Meet?
you need to go to the settings of mouse and do it. Right?
So not in Google Meet. Google Meet does not.
No. It has to be done in your mouse settings.
Oh, okay. Okay, but it's visible, right? So we can continue. Okay. Okay, so the second robot would start from here and do its autonomous business. The first robot would start from here and do its autonomous business. And likewise for the other alliance, one robot would start here on the right-hand side, and the fourth robot would start here on the top area. So the autonomous period is 30 seconds. So once the robots have done their autonomous tasks, we will give a pause for about close to 10 seconds. Then we will start what is called the driver control period. Now this driver control period will go on for 2 minutes. So in this driver control period, the drivers can pick up their controllers and start controlling the robot manually. And then they will go and pick up the water cubes and go and place them into the school and into the castle in order to get points. So this goes on for the next 2 minutes. Now, the last 30 seconds of this driver control period is called end game. In these 30 seconds, there is an additional gameplay that comes into picture, and there are some different scoring points that come into picture in the end game. So we'll now look at the last 30 seconds of the game, which is the end game. Now here, end game introduces a new game piece called a fire victim. I don't have that in this diagram, so I'll switch back to the CAD file. So if you see here, yes. So if you see here, there are these 6 cubes kept.
Yeah, we can see them. Yes.
Yeah. So the 6 cubes that are kept near the school. So these are the fire victims. And this is where the role of the human player comes into picture. So in the end game, which is the last 30 seconds, what the human player needs to do is pick up these fire victims, pick them up by hand, and place them anywhere in the school, wherever they want to place it in the school. And they can place any number of these fire victims into the school. It's not as if they have to place only 1 or 2. They can go ahead and place all 6, or they can place 1 at a time or 2 at a time. It's all up to them. And the robots, what they will do is, the robots will come into the school, pick up these fire victims, and these fire victims have to be deposited at a different location. They have to be deposited in the hospital. Now, where is the hospital? The hospital is located here in the center of the field. So you see this blue with a plus. This is the hospital in the center of the field. Now this hospital is an elevated platform. It is not on the ground level. See, the school was at the ground level, but the hospital is elevated. And the height of the hospital is 50 millimeters. So the robot will have to place those fire victims on top of this hospital platform that you see over here. Only then will the robot get a score. And while we are on this, let me also show you the castle. So the castle also has a certain height associated with it. If you see here, the castle has a height of 63 millimeters associated with it. So the boundary walls of the castle are 63 millimeters high. So you'll need, whenever you put a water cube in the castle, you'll have to actually lift it up from the ground and drop it inside the castle. You cannot simply push the water cube into the castle because of this boundary wall that is surrounding it. But that is not true for the school. In the school, you can easily push those water cubes because there is no boundary defined for the school. And for the hospital, since the hospital is at a height, the fire victims that you place, they need to be lifted up from the ground and placed on top of the hospital. Now this is part of the end game. So in end game, what all can you do? In end game, one is you can pick up the fire victims and place them on the hospital. This hospital is located over here. Now remember that this blue alliance is on the left side, but the hospital corresponding to the blue alliance is on the right side, if you see here. So the robot will have to pick up the fire victims from the school over here and travel all the way to the hospital in order to deposit those fire victims on top of the hospital. So this is to be done in endgame. The other thing that you need to do in endgame is you need to go and park your robot at the very end. So there are two parking zones. One is this P that you see over here. So the robot can be parked in this parking zone. So either one robot can be parked here or both the robots can go and park themselves there. Both these things are allowed. The other place that the robots can park is they can come and they can touch the hospital. So there is this hospital, and if you see the hospital, there is a gap below the hospital platform. So the robot can enter into this gap. Even if a little bit of the robot enters into this gap, you are considered parked. So parking is done in two ways. One is you can park in this parking zone, which is marked as P. The other thing is you can go and park yourself. Oh, in this case, the hospital is over here. You can park yourself under the hospital. So you have both these options. So this is the end game. And once the end game ends, then the match ends. And then what we do is we look at the entire field and then we count. In the Blue Alliance school, how many water cubes have been placed? In the Blue Alliance castle, how many water cubes have been placed? In the Alliance hospital, how many fire victims have been kept? And how many robots have gone and parked themselves? So we'll be calculating all of these, and based on that, a score will be assigned to that particular alliance. Now remember, this is extremely important. The score of a match for the Blue Alliance and Red Alliance is assigned to the alliance. And whatever score the alliance gets, that score is given to both the teams. And it's the same score given to both the teams. So what this means is that two robots in the alliance, they need to work together to maximize their score, because both of them end up getting that same score. So that is the concept of an alliance and an alliance score. So this is how the game is. Now there are several actions that would result in penalties. For instance, I'll give an example of a penalty. For instance, there is this blue school on the left bottom corner. If the Red Alliance robot comes and enters this blue school, then there is a penalty for it. You're not supposed to enter. If you're belonging to a Red Alliance, you cannot come and enter the blue school. And same goes for the hospital. If you're in the Red Alliance, you cannot come and enter the hospital zone. So these are not allowed. You are allowed to carry 2 water cubes at a time. A maximum of 2 water cubes at a time you can carry, but not more than that. So basically you can carry either 1 or 2, but not 3 or 4. It has to be limited up to 2. Fire victims, you can carry only 1 fire victim at a time. You cannot carry more than 1. If you violate these rules, then there are penalties. And these penalties have been explained in the game manual document. Okay, so these are the rules of the game, and this is how the game is to be played. A lot of details are there in the game manual, and once you read that, a lot of your doubts will get clear. But for now, what we can do is we can open up for questions and see if some team has some questions, and we can start answering them. But before that, Saish, do you want to add anything?
So the team has to ensure that the cubes, the yellow cubes and the green cubes, you need to do it. So we have shared the CAD files. So you'll need to either get it 3D printed or do some other method of cardboard or something. Yeah. So you have to ensure that you can. We have shared the CAD files with you already in the drive. So that is something which you need to figure out. That it would be a nice learning experience for all of you to figure out all the game elements.
Yes. So all these game elements are going to be 3D printed. So there are 2 types of game pieces. So what do we mean by game pieces? Game pieces are those elements that will give you points, that will help you score. For example, these yellow cubes in the center, they are the game pieces. And And these fire victims that are there at the corners, they are the game pieces. They will also get you points. So we have shared the 3D files of these game pieces. So what you can do is you have two options, like Sai sir explained. You can either 3D print them, or you can get them laser cut and you can use them. So both of them are okay for your practice. But when you come to Bangalore and when we have the nationals, over there, these game pieces will all be 3D printed. The other field elements that we have are this castle that you see here and the hospital. So we have shared the CAD files of the castle and the hospital as well. Now here also you have a choice. You can either 3D print them, or you can get them laser cut and you can assemble them and use them on your playfield. And we have also shared the mat. So you can get this mat printed. Again, there are two options for printing the mat. There is a low cost option, which is printing on flex. Option is vinyl printing. So in the nationals, in the actual competition, the mat will be vinyl printed. So if you want, and if it is possible in your city, you can get it vinyl printed. Or if you are finding it hard to get it vinyl printed over there, you can also go for flex printing. Flex printing is much more common. It is there even in villages as well. And it's relatively quite cheap as well. So these are the options for the mat.
The dimensions of the elements are, the mat is 8 by 4 feet. The game elements, the cube is 4 centimeter cube, 4 centimeter height, 4 centimeter width, and 4 centimeter base. The wall is approximately 8 inches. No, 8. So, Mr. How much long is the
castle wall?
Yeah, the castle wall. The height is 5 centimeters, correct?
The height is 2.5 inches, so it's 63 mm. And the length and width are 16 inches each.
Yes. The cube is 4 centimeter cube, correct, Laksh? You're right.
And the hospital is 8 inches by 8 inches. So these are the sizes. And one important thing is when you print the mat, you need to actually print it on a 9 feet by 5 feet sheet. Because this mat also includes this grass on the side. So including the grass, it is 5 feet by 9 feet, which is what you need to print. But the actual playfield on which the robots will move has a size of 4 feet by 8 feet. So this is an important distinction. When you go for printing, you need to print it 9 feet by 5 feet.
Okay, I think we can start taking questions now. Prajwal?
Yes, sir. Sir, I had a question regarding the rubrics. If you could just tell us more about it. As you said, that castle is a bit on the higher side. So do we get extra points delivering the water cubes there, or more about the rubrics?
That's correct. So you get extra points. I'll show you the scoring. Yeah. So if you open up the game manual that has been shared with your mentors, you will see this in the game manual. And this is where all the points have been explained. So, and this table summarizes the points. So there are 3 periods: autonomous period, driver control period, and end game period. And there are these tasks, these 5 tasks that result in points, and the number of points have been noted down over here. So for example, if you place a water cube in the school during autonomous, you get these 10 points. But if you do it in driver control period, you get 5 points. And if you park during autonomous, you get 10 points. If you park during end game, you get 10 points. There is also a cooperation bonus that we will announce very soon. And there is a cooperation task as well. Now, what do you mean by cooperation? Cooperation means both the alliances, the Red Alliance and the Blue Alliance, will come together to solve a task. So basically, all 4 robots will work together to solve a task. And for that, all 4 robots will get a cooperation bonus that gets added to their scores. So the difference between cooperation bonus and the other points is that the cooperation bonus is assigned to all 4 robots and not just one alliance. It's not given just to the Red Alliance or to the Blue Alliance. It's given to both the alliances. Now you might be wondering what is the advantage of this, because if it is given to both Red Alliance and Blue Alliance, how will it help you, win the match? Because if both the teams get this bonus, it doesn't really affect the result of that match. So you're right, it doesn't affect the result of the match, but it helps you when you qualify for your semi-finals and finals and the playoffs and the elimination rounds. Over there, if there is a tie, between say two teams, then we look at the cooperation bonus in order to break the tie. So that is where it helps you. So we will be disclosing more details about this cooperation bonus after a few days. So until then, just hold on for the details. We'll explain it in more detail. Any other question?
Yeah, Rishikesh, over to you.
Yes, sir. About the score itself. So, when sir spoke about the scoring, so team A and team B will be scoring different points, and if they both work collaboratively, they will be different points. So, how are they going to be measured, and what are the pros and cons of that?
So there will be no individual measurement of the score of a particular robot in a match. In a match, the scoring will be done for the entire red alliance or the entire blue alliance. So it may happen that in the red alliance there is one strong robot and there is one weak robot, and most of the points are generated by the strong robot. It may happen, but the points will be given to both of them. Suppose the red alliance scores 100 points, then 100 points will be given to both the robots in that alliance. It is not given
And
to.
let's say, like I was thinking, if there are two scenarios, like one is autonomous and one is without autonomous, where driver is driving itself. So are they both a different robot itself or a single robot?
The same robot. You cannot touch the robot after the match has started. So once the match starts, the robot will be autonomous. After that, the robot will stop. There is a pause for 10 seconds in which the
Okay.
driver will pick up their controllers, but no one will touch the robot meanwhile. And then the match will continue from that state onwards.
Okay, so single robot with multiple state itself. But I was thinking the scoring system is something like distributed between team A and team B, or it's combined together.
So I just explained that there is no team A, team B. There is red alliance, there is blue alliance. There are two robots in red alliance. Both of them will get the same score. There are two robots in the blue alliance. Both of them will get the same score. So they have to work together. They have to work as a team. It's like a doubles tennis match. In a doubles tennis match, there are two players on one side, two players on the other side. And whatever score you are getting is for both the players. It's not for one individual player. It's like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Think
Just
of it
for
as a tennis match.
clarification, it's like say for autonomous, there's one team A. For autonomous team A itself track, let's say Red Alliance. Team A will be one part, team will be the second part. Are you talking about that?
Sorry, what was your question? I could not hear you. Your voice was breaking up. Could
Yeah,
you repeat it?
I was yeah. I was just asking, let's say in a match, if there are four robots itself. So team A will have two competitors. One will be manual, one will be autonomous.
No, it's not like that. The same robot will first do autonomous for the first 30 seconds, and afterwards, the same robot will do driver controlled. The same robot does that.
Okay.
It's not
So
like one robot will do only autonomous and then only driver control. It's not like that. All the
okay,
robots will
okay.
do autonomous for 30 seconds, and then after autonomous, all the robots will do driver control.
So how there are four robots in a single map itself? I'm just wondering that if there is one only robot, so there should be two robots.
There are four robots. See, there are and both the alliances have two robots each. So there are four robots.
Okay.
You see the start zones. So each robot will
Yeah.
start in the start zone. There are two red start zones. So the red alliance robots will start in the red start zones. And same with the blue
Okay.
alliance.
Okay. Okay. Understand.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Rishikesh, you can go ahead. Rishikesh. Divyashri, you can go ahead, Divyashri.
So, will we be assigned where we should start, or like we will only choose?
So if you're in, say, a blue alliance and you have two robots in the blue alliance, you can decide, you can discuss with each other and decide which robot will start where. But it has to start in either one of these two zones, either this zone or this zone. One robot will be here, one will be here. Both of them can't start at the same place, and you have to have one here and one there. But you can decide where you want to keep which robot.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any more questions?
Yeah,
Hello,
I had
Dhruv?
questions.
sir. I have a question. There is a hospital element, right?
Yes.
So what if it will push away by robot to do parking?
No, it will be fixed to the ground. So it will not move. We will fix it permanently to the field. It
So
cannot move.
so robot height does not meet to there. So means robot can't go under the element. What will can do?
See, there is space under it, and even if a little bit of the robot goes under it, we will give you points for parking the robot. See, if you see here, there is space. There is space under the robot. Even if you go a little bit inside this, even a little bit of your robot goes inside, you get parking points.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Anybody else? Rishikesh or Akshaj, Krishna?
Yes, sir. I read out, sir. It's not given here, sir. What is the width of the black strip?
The black strip is 20 mm in width, 20 millimeters, 2 centimeters.
And sir, I have one doubt. So, sir, suppose there is any issue in the issue in the robot in between match, are you allowed to fix it in between match, or is your match cancelled, or how does that go?
No, if there is an issue, then that robot will continue with that issue. The match will not stop. The match will continue, and you cannot touch the robot.
Okay, so you can't do basically anything to fix it.
No, you cannot do anything to fix it. That's not allowed.
Got it.
At the most, you can ask one of the volunteers to turn it off, in case it's starting to damage other robots. Then it will be turned off. That's it. Nothing else.
Okay, sir. Got it. And sir, are we allowed to go inside the central lake?
Yes, you're allowed to go inside the central lake. So central lake doesn't have any, restricting boundary around it. You can go inside it and you can pick up the cubes. That's allowed. For example, the cubes are kept here, so you can go in the lake and you can pick up the cubes. Yeah.
Sir, what is the material of the cube?
It is 3D printed PLA, 40
Okay,
mm
sir.
by 40 mm by 40
Let me
mm.
show you. It's in my hand. Only thing it is
Okay.
black printed.
Okay,
it
sir.
has
Roughly
something-
size, like roughly weight.
It is around 20 grams approximately with 10% infill.
Sir, which type of PLA has been used? Any
You
specific?
can use any PLA, approximately 20 grams, 4 centimeter cube.
Okay, sir. So just your average standard PLA, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, standard PLA.
Got it.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
The CAD file you have mentioned for the water cube, sir, is it to scale with the actual water cubes in the CAD file?
Yes, everything is to scale, yes.
Okay, sir. Then what will be the diameter of the school zone, the length, breadth, everything?
So when you print it out now, you can measure everything on that.
Okay. Sir, will you give any measurements to cross check with it?
So 16 inches, you should cross check the total size of the play field. That should be 5 feet by 9 feet. If that is correct,
Okay.
everything else inside will be correct.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm sharing the mat also with you in the PDF format for you to easily print.
I had two quick questions. Firstly, is what is the status on the XRP kit? As in, when can we expect to receive it?
The kids have landed in Bangalore 4 days ago. They're just getting cleared by tomorrow from the customs. Hopefully, you should get it by the end of this week.
Secondly, in the kit, how many motors and servos are included?
2 motors for the wheels and 2 servos.
Okay, and there is no uh, limitation on the extension of the robot after the start of the game, right?
Correct. After the start of the game, you can extend as much as you want.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Ojas,
Yes, sir.
what do you mean by
Uh,
modifications,
just
Ojas? Modifications to the robot design is yes, you're allowed to for mechanical parts. The question is whether we can do modifications. Modifications not to the game field. Modifications are allowed for the robot in all mechanical ways. You can do 3D print. You can add extensions. You can create the claw. The claw has to also give a height because there is a barrier. So the claw can either you can push the object directly to the school, but if you want to take it to the other zone where there is a castle, you need to lift the object. So you need to build something to lift the object as well.
So, Saish, the PDF of the mat that you shared, no, that's an older version.
Okay. So
Can
then
you
delete.
delete that? So the link that you shared earlier, that has the mat also in it.
Okay. Can you share the PDF also for them? Some of
Yeah,
them.
the PDF is over there. It's a Google Drive.
Okay. In the drive itself.
Where the PDFs are there and where all the 3D parts are there. Everything
Yes.
is there in that one.
Correct. It is there. It is there.
Yeah.
Please take the PDF from the drive link that I have shared. Yeah, Himabindu, you may ask a question, please. Yeah, we can't hear you, Himabindu.
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead.